Imagine this. You tell your friend that you're too busy to help them move this weekend. A few seconds later, they reply, "Wow, it's okay. I just thought you were the one person I could count on. But don't worry about it." Suddenly, you feel terrible. You start questioning yourself. Maybe I should help. Maybe I'm being selfish. Maybe I owe them. And just like that, you changed your decision. Not because you wanted to, not because they convinced you with logic, but because they manipulated your emotions. The scary part? Most manipulation doesn't look like manipulation. It doesn't come from evil masterminds sitting in dark rooms plotting against you. It comes from friends, family members, co-workers, salespeople, influencers, and sometimes even people who genuinely care about you. Many of these tactics are so subtle that you don't even realize they're happening until it's too late. Today, we're going through 10 manipulation tactics you probably experience all the time without noticing. And once you see them, you'll start spotting them everywhere. Let's start with the example from the beginning. A guilt trip works when someone makes you feel guilty, so you'll do what they want. Instead of saying, "Can you help me move?" they say, "I guess I'll have to do it alone." Instead of convincing you with reasons, they make you feel like a bad person for saying no. And the worst part is that guilt works incredibly well, because most people want to be seen as kind and helpful. Manipulators know this, so rather than changing your mind, they change how you feel about yourself. Imagine your boss asks, "Would you rather stay late tonight or come in early tomorrow?" Sounds reasonable, right? Except there's one problem. Nobody asked if you wanted to work extra hours in the first place. This is called a fake choice. The person gives you two options, but both options lead to the outcome they already wanted. You feel like you're making a decision when the decision was actually made for you. Imagine you meet someone new. Within a week, they're telling you how amazing you are. They're texting constantly, buying gifts, giving endless compliments, making you feel like the most important person in the world. At first, it feels incredible, but sometimes this attention isn't genuine, it's strategic. Because once emotional attachment forms, it becomes much harder to notice red flags. The affection creates trust before trust has actually been earned. Picture this: someone insults you. Later, when you bring it up, they say, "I never said that." You know they did, but they keep denying it. Days later, they say, "You're always remembering things wrong." Weeks later, "You're too sensitive." Eventually, you begin questioning your own memory. Maybe they're right. Maybe I misunderstood. That's gaslighting, a tactic designed to make someone doubt their own reality. Have you ever heard someone say, "Everybody agrees with me," or "Nobody thinks that anymore"? Whether it's true or not almost doesn't matter. Humans are social creatures. We naturally assume the group knows something we don't. Manipulators take advantage of this instinct by creating the illusion that everyone is already on their side. Imagine having an argument with someone, then suddenly they stop responding. No calls, no texts, no explanations, just silence. At first, you think they're cooling off, but days pass, and now you're apologizing just to make the discomfort stop. That's why the silent treatment can be so powerful. It turns attention and communication into rewards that can be taken away. You finally achieve what someone asked for. And instead of acknowledging it, they immediately raise the standard. You get an A? Why wasn't it an A plus? You make $10,000? Why not $20,000? You improve? Why aren't you perfect? No matter what you do, it's never enough. The goal keeps moving. And because of that, you spend your life chasing approval you'll never receive. This is one of the most powerful manipulation tactics ever discovered. Imagine someone who's incredibly kind one day and cold the next. They give you attention, then they disappear. They praise you, then they criticize you. The inconsistency creates uncertainty, and uncertainty creates obsession. It's the same psychological principle that makes slot machines addictive. You never know when the next reward is coming, so you keep trying. You confront someone about something they did wrong. Instead of apologizing, they suddenly become the victim. Now they're talking about how stressed they are, how difficult their life is, how everyone is against them. And before you know it, you're comforting the person who caused the problem. The conversation shifts away from accountability and towards sympathy. That's exactly the point. Imagine you're shopping for something. The salesperson says, "This deal ends in an hour. Only two left. You need to decide right now." Immediately, you feel pressure. Your brain switches from analyzing to reacting because urgency creates fear, and fear leads to impulsive decisions. The less time you have to think, the easier you are to influence, which is why some of the biggest mistakes people make happen when they're rushed. The truth is, manipulation isn't always obvious. Sometimes it looks like concern. Sometimes it looks like friendship. Sometimes it even looks like love. That's what makes it dangerous. The people who manipulate others rarely announce what they're doing. They rely on the fact that most people never notice. But now you do. And once you learn to recognize these tactics, they start losing their power. Because manipulation works best in the dark, and awareness shines a light on it. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more psychology, human behavior, and mind-blowing truths about how people really think. Because the more you understand the human mind, the harder it becomes for anyone to control it.